Hi everyone, this is Dr. Chhoda and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. Thank you so much for being a viewer. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. I appreciate you. If you want to thank me, all I ask is you click the like button, you click the subscribe button if you learn something new from this video. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. Now, I want to give you an analysis of what's going on behind the scenes, under the surface, based on some pretty phenomenal reporting. Now, on your screen, you'll see a tweet from Chad Pergram, who covers Congress for Fox News. Really phenomenal reporting here. And I'm going to go over a few things that Chad highlighted, and I want you to let me know in the comment section below whether you agree or not. This channel, Ignition Time, is essentially designed to give you a detailed update on what's going on in the world today. And I think it's important for us to understand the underlying calculus so that we can make decisions about our future. We can make decisions about who we vote for. If you're a President Trump supporter, you're welcome here. If you're a supporter of former Vice President Joe Biden, you're welcome here. For me, it's not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm American. Let's look at what Chad is saying. So Chad said, don't believe the happy talk. That was the observation from one senior congressional aide about the state of play between House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and U.S. Secretary Mnuchin. He said, one thing is for sure. You see this next tweet on your screen from Chad. One thing is for sure. Pelosi and Mnuchin are indeed getting closer to a deal. They're in fact closer than they've ever been. But even White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows on Fox Business this morning indicated that despite the optimism, the sides remain far apart. The next tweet on your screen, as you can see, we expect the conversations between Meadows and key GOP lawmakers today, because remember, Meadows is going to talk with key Republican lawmakers, and House Speaker Pelosi and U.S. Secretary Mnuchin will indeed continue speaking. So that's going to continue today. Also, here's the problem. You see the next tweet on your screen. Some Republicans still don't want to spend more than $1 trillion. This is something I want my viewers and subscribers to understand. This is, a significant part of the holdup. And since Republicans are all over the map, again, Chad's words, it's easier for GOPers to pin problems on Pelosi. In other words, it's easy for Republicans to pin problems on Pelosi. Pretty insightful reporting from Chad. And again, I want to give him full credit. You'll find a link in the description section below to all of this material and all of this information. And, you can, if you like, follow Chad on Twitter. And Chad also said, plus no one really knows what Pelosi and Mnuchin are coming up with. They don't know what's being discussed. Can you imagine this? The Republican Senate is not entirely clear about what the White House lead negotiator is discussing with the Democratic House Speaker. Just unbelievable. Several congressional sources from both sides of the Capitol lamented that the Speaker and Treasury Secretary were working on major parts of the appropriations piece among themselves. So you can see that a lot of Republican senators are actually nervous about being left out of these negotiations. Key players in the process on Capitol Hill are generally in the dark. This does little to encourage doubtful Republicans, many of whom are skeptical of U.S. Secretary Mnuchin. And don't forget, Senate Republicans nuked, in other words, they completely demolished U.S. Secretary Mnuchin's $1.8 trillion offer. I did cover this in another video, and I talked about could the Senate potentially abandon the administration? Could the Senate torpedo the administration? And you've been seeing what's been happening over the past 24 to 48 hours. In the next tweet, you'll see gaps still remain on funding for state and local governments, plus liability protections pushed by the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. They're still trying to figure out how they can handle rental assistance. The actual appropriations portion of the bill is going to be major. In other words, exactly how the money is allocated, because it's all going to come down to the language. Exactly how the money is going to be allocated is where the nitty-gritty is. The funny thing is, back in March, we weren't even discussing all this because it was an emergency. Both sides came together. It was bam. But now we have an election coming up. We have control of the Senate that's up for grabs. And we have these things that are important to the Democrats and these things that are important to the Republicans, and both sides are just not coming together. So the actual appropriations portion of the bill is going to be major. You'll see the tweet on your screen. It will include education programs, small business loans, and reloading the Paycheck Protection Program, sent to other companies, programs for community health centers, Department of Health and Human Services funding, Indian Health Service, and transit. So there are a lot of other things that are being included in this bill. There is a lot to work out, said one source. That said, Fox News has been told that it shouldn't be that much of a challenge to assemble all the legislation, potentially by Friday or whenever, even though the Speaker and Mnuchin blew the self-imposed deadline that, that expired yesterday, and now apparently we have another 48 hours. So it is possible something can happen by Friday, but then the big question remains whether it's going to go anywhere in the Senate. So House Speaker Pelosi wanted an agreement yesterday, so legislative text could be set on Friday. That would enable the House to consider the bill next week before the election. This was what House Speaker Pelosi was pushing for. Now, I have done another video on what could be House Speaker Pelosi's underlying calculus about this entire situation, and some more information has come to light. So you definitely want to make sure you're subscribed to our channel and you follow our channel if you want the actual news, the real news, the honest news, as opposed to just, conservatively leaning news or liberal leaning news. So basically, both sides have exchanged a lot of text, and frankly, Fox has been told that probably doesn't take that long to assemble the bill itself, because the sides have exchanged a lot of text back and forth. So, basically, we're getting really close. And remember that Mitch McConnell, Senate Majority Leader, has not committed to putting a bill on the floor of the Senate before the election. However, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell did say that the Senate could look at whatever was worked out, whatever deal was worked out between the administration and the Democrats. Now, it is possible that House Speaker Pelosi could move a bill through the House as early as next week. Some reports were that it could happen this weekend, but that's looking unlikely. If there is a vote on this bill, it will happen next week. But it depends on whether they can get enough Democrats on their side as well. So that's another thing. So you'll see the next tweet on your screen. That's right on the cusp of how many Democrats could oppose a bill and the House still approve a measure without Republican support, because there are some Democrats who were not in favor of the updated version of the HEROES Act. But something tells me that if House Speaker Pelosi agrees, then, we are likely to see Democrats getting on board. But, again, this is very detailed, very, very advanced reporting. And I appreciate this kind of reporting. And also, you'll see the next tweet on your screen. Some Republicans may not be willing to accept whatever U.S. Secretary Steve Mnuchin and House Speaker Pelosi come up with. A lot of Republican senators were dubious yesterday, and even if there is a deal on something that has a chance legislatively, it's hard to see how this moves before the election. By the way, House Speaker Pelosi also conceded that this would have to wait until after the election, if you've been following our channel. Lawmakers and aides will need time to process the bill. Leaders will need to make sure they have enough yeas before calling for a vote, because they need to make sure they have enough support. Moreover, there's something important coming up, and that is the election. The Senate is going to be in session this weekend, just so that our viewers and subscribers know, considering the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett for the Supreme Court. So the question is, does the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell want his Republican senators off the campaign trail 2 weeks in a row? Remember, this weekend, they are working on the nomination of Judge Amy Coney Barrett. And if there is a vote on the floor of the Senate next weekend, by the way, that's the weekend before the election, does he want them off the campaign trail on the weekend before the election? And is this the gamble, the calculus that House Speaker Pelosi had all along? Very interesting point to consider here. And the consideration of a stimulus bill in the Senate would almost certainly entail another session next weekend, as you can see, reporting from Chad. And by that same token, House Speaker Pelosi might relish the opportunity to keep some House Republicans off the campaign trail in the weekend leading up to the election. Just unbelievable. And the Senate is going to be in session, like I said, this weekend. And, it's just unbelievable that we have this state of affairs. Also, here's another possibility. This is the final tweet on your screen from Chad. A third bill through the House could emerge just before the election, and House Speaker Pelosi could deploy that maneuver as a way to cast more doubt on voters on the wisdom of keeping the Senate in Republican control. This is what's going on. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll provide you with a link to all these tweets. Just an amazing analysis that sort of brings all the pieces together, that encapsulates everything together. Let me know what you think about this analysis from Chad in the comment section below. Again, this was from Chad Pergram, who covers Congress for Fox News. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. You'll find a link to all our resources in the description section below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I appreciate you watching. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. Remember, once again, we release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. Get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000. You'll get added to SMS alerts list. You can also get added to our email list. Simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts. And then you can opt out of our SMS list or our email list at any point in time that you want. Now remember, sometimes YouTube does not send out notifications on time. So simply bookmark youtube.com/ignitiontime. That's youtube.com/ignitiontime. And then you can bookmark our channel, and then you can visit the homepage of our channel at any point in time that you want, and you're not dependent again on YouTube notifications. You can follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. You can follow us on Twitter as well. Our Twitter handle is the exact same. It's also ignition_time. I would really appreciate it if you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can find the links in the description section below to all our resources, all our news resources. Please comment below. Please participate in our growing community. Please also share this video with friends and family. And finally, your vote of confidence in me and all the effort that goes into this channel is you simply tapping that like button, simply clicking subscribe, and please enable notifications so you get instant updates from us going forward. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.